what happened? All of the DIYs really stomped on my neck. They stole my lunch money.
There's no going back. Squad ain't with me.
Hello to everybody and their moms, it's your girl Kristen here and welcome back to my channel. I do want to first start out by saying that if you are new to my channel, hello, welcome, number one. But number two, you literally picked the perfect first video to watch because today we're being very vulnerable. Today we're, in a sense, exposing ourselves. And I feel like that's not something that you see very often. So in a sense, welcome to the vulnerable, realistic side of YouTube. If you were the title of today's video, then you would know that today we are testing some TikTok DIY sewing hacks. And surprise, I already did them. And honestly, I don't want to make this intro longer than it needs to be. Definitely make sure to buckle up because this is going to be an experience. And again, if you're new here, definitely go ahead and subscribe. And let's go ahead and get started. So to briefly explain my thought process through all of this, I had planned a video where I was going to just kind of give you guys the basics to sewing and all of that kind of stuff. And so I wanted to make sure I had some no-sew options, or at least one option, right? Something that was involving embroidery, and the last one would just be a little bit of dabbling into sewing with a machine, just so that you guys would have options. And of course, none of it ended up like I thought it would. It all became tragic, like literally tragic. And so, starting off for this tragic list, we have the no-sew halter top DIY. So first, I'm gonna show you guys this TikTok really fast. So first things first, sis is cute and she was showing us how to get this cute little DIY moment with an old shirt. And so I was like, oh, dope, like I can totally do this, you know, I can totally follow this. And so the first thing I did was I found an old shirt in the house that nobody wore anymore. It's like an old like maternity shirt. And so I took the top actually that I'm wearing right now to use as a measurement, as like a guide of like, okay, I know how much this is cropped, so I didn't want it to be quite as cropped, so I cut it just a little bit below that mark. And then I followed the steps that she had in her TikTok, right? So I cut off the sleeves, making sure that it was diagonal. I also made sure to turn the top around, and then I cut into the fabric on only the top layer. I cut across horizontally, and then I flipped over that top part, kind of like how she had in the video as well. Then once I completely removed that front flap of fabric, I guess you can say, I cut the remaining part of the back fabric, like the back layer, I cut that in half. So I followed her steps to a T, right? And then I tried it on. And I was disappointed. I was like, why is it looking like this? What did I do wrong? You know, like it was just not hitting like it should. It was not giving me DIY baddie. It was giving me DIY second grader. You know, I just really wasn't into it. And so I was like, maybe I just did it wrong. So I did it again. This time I used an old sweater that I was like, I will literally never wear this, so why not just cut it up? But then she was too long. Like, what? What are you talking about? I was so mad at this point. I was like, we're gonna do it again because I don't like to mess up. And it just did not turn out like I had wanted it to. It did not give me the illusion I was hoping for. And honestly, I was very disappointed. I think on a scale of 1 to 5 struggle buses, right? Looking at this, I think I would give the halter top as a whole 2 struggle buses. I don't think it was the worst thing I've ever done, but she certainly will not be like in my, I'm going to throw her away is what I'm trying to say. And I would never wear this outside. It's a mess. The next TikTok was DIY embroidery. So in the past, I've done embroidery before. It's not my first time doing it, but I wanted to try a satin stitch. So there's different stitches for embroidery if you're just like not familiar at all. It's more than just like a simple like strand or like simple single stitch. So I wanted to broaden my horizons. I really wanted to give myself a challenge. And so I decided that I was going to take kind of like a play on words of the logo FedEx. And I decided to do Fed Up because I was like, this is so clever, I guess. And so I was really convinced that this was going to be the moment. And so straight off the bat, I messed up. So in the actual tutorial video that you see, the person doing the video actually like outlines the words first, and I didn't do that. I immediately traced my design after ripping up the old embroidery that I had on there, and I traced Fed Up on there. I laid out the embroidery colors. I got my purple and I got my orange, and then I got my embroidery hoop and I tried to fit it around the entire design, but it wasn't fitting, which was also another issue within itself, but like, it's fine, it's fine. If you decide to do this, like, just do it the exact opposite of what I'm showing you right now. And so I immediately just started to go in and embroider, but it was a single stitch. It wasn't really like your correct satin stitch that I thought I was doing. And it became very apparent when I started to finish the Fed part of the Fed Up design, and the embroidery thread was getting loose. Then I had to reposition the embroidery hoop, and when I repositioned it, it just all went downhill. So essentially you could say I'm fed up this design. Look at her. What happened? There was so much potential here. I think I'm gonna like retry to do it again because I think that the idea itself is cute. The execution was just so wrong. I think in terms of a struggle bus rating, I would give it a single bus. A single struggle bus, because at least you guys can kind of read what it says. It's not terrible, but it's also not good. You know, it's also not good. It's not something that I would want to wear outside, because I feel like people would be like, where did you get that? The dumpster? And I would just, I would be embarrassed. So anyways, okay, and so the final TikTok was this like 90s inspired lettuce hem top. Oh my God, it was cute. It was cute, and I was convinced that I was going to master this. So first things first, the girl in the video used a tank top and I did not have a tank top. So I was like, oh, I can definitely use just another old shirt that I have, which I don't know if it really made that big of a difference, but yeah, I already started off with the wrong materials. So I took the top itself and I measured where I really wanted that little V-cut, but not V-cut, you know, type of moment to be. And I scrunched up the fabric and I pinned it on both sides. And then I went and did a straight stitch. And I completely messed up. Like, I completely ruined it and it looked so bad. So I attempted to cut the thread, which was really hard because I'm used to hand sewing, and whenever I mess up hand sewing, then I can easily just cut it and just pull the string. But the sewing machine was like, oh no. Like, when we sew something, it's permanent, love, and I was not really prepared for that. So yeah, it was a struggle to get the thread out of there, but I did. And so then I was able to run over it again. It ended up coming out pretty nice. I did it! Yay! Oh my gosh. Why am I proud of myself? But it was looking kind of good. It was kind of cute. It was giving the same illusion that the video was. So I was like, okay, we're on the right track for once. And then the last part was just the lettuce hem. And I was like, oh, this will be a joke. Like, I can totally do this. I turned my sewing machine onto the correct settings that were shown in the video. And as I started to sew, it just became so bad. And so to cover up my mess, I just started to cut off where I messed up. And by cutting off where I messed up, I was just continuously cropping the top further and further than what I had originally, you know, decided was good for me. I tried to watch different tutorials. Nothing was clicking for me. I was like, maybe I just don't have the right settings, just point blank period. And after attempting for hours and hours and hours, this is what I ended up with, which looks like wrinkles. It literally looks like wrinkles. It's like I crumpled up the shirt and just had it sit in the corner. Like, it doesn't look like I stitched it for the hours that I did, which is so frustrating. So in terms of struggle buses, I'm gonna have to give her three struggle buses, because looking at that lettuce hem, it's making me like we're sick, okay? Like, we need a mask. In fact, this is for the lettuce hem. We are getting sick just by a glance. Just through a simple glance, we are nauseous. That was really, really dramatic, but anyways, so I will say, if you're seeing my face, congratulations, you made it to the end of this video. All of the DIYs really stomped on my neck. They stole my lunch money. But I feel like if I'm gonna be completely transparent with you guys, like, all jokes aside, this was a video I was not going to post at all. And what you guys don't see in these clips is that I actually started to have a breakdown because I just felt like a failure. There was so much like crying behind the scenes. There was so much of me just like punching the air. Like, I was just so frustrated because I'm a perfectionist and I don't like failing. I don't like not doing things correctly. And although this is something that I'm definitely working on, it's hard to just change overnight to like being okay with not getting something right on the first attempt. I do want to say, if I learned anything through this, that it's okay to mess up, but also it's okay to be vulnerable. And I think that there is beauty in vulnerability, and I hope that you guys appreciated this non-perfect side of me today. If you happen to enjoy this video, definitely make sure to give it a thumbs up, and also make sure to subscribe to my channel. If you're actually wanting some more like good sewing like non-fails, just let me know in the comments. I definitely have more stuff like that planned, so be on the lookout for that. Also, let me know if my struggle bus ratings were accurate. Like, do you think that some of the other ones deserved 5 stars? Do you think some of them were not even that bad? Am I being dramatic? Like, let me know in the comments. I love reading what you guys write and responding. So I'm gonna be looking down there. I'm gonna be looking. I also have an Instagram. I will say you will not catch a single one of these clothing items on my page, because no, but I do have better pictures and better clothing on my Instagram, so definitely head over there, double tap a couple photos, come and say hey. I promise I'll say hey back. We can be friends. Like, we can be friends. So just head over there. And I'm pretty sure that's everything. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.